Welcome to the 40th Annual Mississippi College Academic Competition. The competition began the year with 17 teams from high schools across the state. Teams are matched in quiz-like competition, utilizing questions developed and tested for the high school level. Our goal is to recognize academic knowledge, to encourage learning, and to foster the spirit of competition and fair play. We have reached the quarterfinals. Today's match is between Wayne County High School and Madison Central High School. Let's meet the teams.
Patience Freeman, senior.
Kara Beard, senior.
Kevin McLean, senior.
Jonah Wally, senior.
Marlandris Brown, senior.
Camden McLean, sophomore.
Grayson Holland, junior.
Cambry Wally, senior.
Thomas Waters, junior.
Soren Haydari, senior.
Eli Pierce, junior.
Pranay Yara, senior.
Jack Hikes, senior.
Evan Nicholson, junior.
And we begin round one with a 10-point toss-up question. Because of its period of rotation, the inclination of its axis, and its surface conditions, which of the other 8 planets in the solar system is most like Earth?
Wayne County, Jonah.
Venus.
No. Madison Central, Thomas.
Mars.
Yes.
For 20 points, which 12-letter word derived from the Latin words for before and after designates something absurd or ridiculous?
Madison Central, Soren.
Preposterous.
Yes.
For 15 points, who graduated from the U.S. Military Academy in 1846, served in the Mexican War from 1846 to 1848, became a major general in 1862, and led the famous failed charge on Cemetery Ridge on July 3rd at the Battle of Gettysburg?
Wayne County, Jonah.
Ulysses S. Grant.
No. Madison Central, Thomas.
Pickett.
Yes.
For 5 points, what name is given to the family of wind instruments, including horns, trombones, trumpets?
Madison Central, Thomas.
Brass.
Yes.
For 10 points, which ancient Greek philosopher studied under Socrates, taught Aristotle, founded a school in Athens called?
Madison Central, Soren.
Plato.
Yes.
It's a math question for 10 points. If one solution for the equation n squared plus n equals 132 is 11, what is its other solution?
Wayne County, Kevin.
-11.
No.
No answer from Madison Central, it's -12. For 10 points, give the proverbial 7-word infinitive phrase based on the Latin version meaning the plow draws the ox in a reversed position and used for to get things in reverse order.
Madison Central, Soren.
Putting the cart before the horse.
No.
No answer from Wayne County. The key to that one was it's an infinitive phrase, and it had to be to put the cart before the horse. For 10 points, in a speech to the 1932 Democratic Convention, which verb did Franklin Roosevelt use in his statement, "I blank you, I blank myself to a new deal for the American people"?
Madison Central, Thomas.
Challenge.
No. Wayne County, Jonah.
Bind.
No.
It's going to be pledge. For 10 points, what name is given to Felix Mendelssohn's 1830 Symphony No. 5 in D minor, which features Martin Luther's "A Mighty Fortress Is Our God"? Its name identifies the 16th century movement that began as a protest against the Roman Catholic Church and
Madison Central, Soren.
Protestant.
No.
in the establishment of Protestantism. No answer from Wayne County. It's the Reformation. For 10 points, name the former U.S. president who broke with his party on the White House Lewinsky scandal and suggested that the most fitting punishment for President Clinton would be a rebuke in the well of the House of Representatives.
Madison Central, Soren.
Bush.
No.
No answer from the other team. It's Gerald Ford. For 10 points, give the first and last names of the U.S. presidents who left office in 1869 and 1969, respectively.
Madison Central, Thomas.
Andrew Johnson and Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yes.
It's a math question for 10 points. If Michael Johnson runs 440 yards in 45 seconds, what is his speed in miles per hour? And that's the end of round one. I won't leave you hanging for that answer. It is 20 miles per hour. We'll be back in a moment with a preliminary score. After the first round of play, the score is Wayne County High School 0, Madison Central High School 70. We move into the second round, toss-up questions with bonus, and we'll start off with a 10-point toss-up question. Name the Robert Louis Stevenson novel whose hero and villain are the same character.
Madison Central, Soren.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
That's correct.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify the following by their full names, both parts of which begin with the letter B. For 5 points, wife of one U.S. president and the mother of another.
Which? Betsy what? Last name? Bush. Yeah, Betsy Bush.
No. Wayne County.
Betsy Buchanan.
No, it's going to be Barbara Bush. We have a math toss-up question for 10 points. Find the value for the expression x plus x to the 1/2 power plus x to the 0 power when x equals 4 and all square roots are positive.
Wayne County, Jonah.
6.
No. Madison Central, Evan.
7.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Name the order represented by each of the following types of insects. For 5 points, the housefly.
Housefly is Drosophila melanogaster. I don't know. But is it an arthropod? Is that in my order? Sure. Drosophila?
No.
No. Wayne County. No answer from Wayne County. It's going to be Diptera. We go back to a toss-up question for 10 points. Which French word precedes all of the following? Bourgeois, four, jury.
Madison Central, Soren.
Petit.
Yes.
Yes. And here are your bonus questions. Identify the tribe from the given letter described by each of the following. For 5 points, C. Mississippi and Alabama Indians known for their green corn dance.
Choctaw.
Yes.
For 10 points, C. Southern Appalachian Indians who owned plantations and kept slaves.
Is it Seminoles? Huh? Cherokee.
Yes.
For 15 points, S. Indians who moved from Georgia and Alabama to Florida and were defeated in an 1818 war.
Seminoles.
Yes.
For 20 points, C. Georgia and Alabama Indians defeated at the Battle of Horseshoe Bend.
Creek.
Yes.
And we go back to a toss-up question for 10 points. Name the element that is combined with hydrogen in the compound that gives rotten eggs their smell.
Madison Central, Soren.
Sulfur.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning U.S. capitals. For 5 points, the capital in which Fisk and Vanderbilt universities are located?
Vanderbilt's in Tennessee, right? Yes. Capital. Nashville. Yeah, Nashville?
Yes.
For 10 points, the capital called the Queen City of the Plains, the gateway to the Rockies, and the Wall Street of the West.
I'm pretty sure it's Colorado. What's the city? Denver. Denver?
Yes.
For 15 points, the capital whose name means Anne's City, honoring Queen Anne of Great Britain, who gave the city its charter in 1708.
Annapolis?
Yes.
For 20 points, the capital in which construction of the Central Pacific Railroad link began in 1863.
It's the one. No, Central Pacific. Link. Don't we just Sacramento? Yeah. Sacramento?
Yes.
And we go back to a toss-up question for 10 points. What word derived from the name of an Austrian physician means to hypnotize?
Madison Central, Soren.
Mesmerize?
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning measuring instruments. For 5 points, it measures air pressure.
Barometer. Right. Barometer?
Yes.
For 10 points, measures wind velocity from 0 to 17.
Oh, I used to know this. No answer.
There's no answer. Wayne County, do you have an answer? No answer. It's going to be the Beaufort scale. And that concludes round 2. We'll be back in a moment with a preliminary score. After 2 rounds of play, the score is Wayne County High School 0, Madison Central High School 225. We move into round 3 and we'll start with a 10-point toss-up question. In expressing his concern that the conquest of Indochina by communist forces could result in a disaster for the free world, which president said, "You have a row of dominoes set up. You knock over the first one, and what will happen to the last one is that it will go over very quickly."
Wayne County, Jonah.
Teddy Roosevelt.
No. Madison Central, Thomas.
Truman.
No.
It's going to be Eisenhower. A toss-up for 10 points. Give the word for a protein substance produced in the blood or tissues that destroys or weakens bacteria or neutralizes the poisons.
Wayne County, Jonah.
Antibodies.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning buildings. For 5 points, it is suggested that the school book depository building was Lee Harvey Oswald's vantage point in this city.
Dallas.
Yes.
For 10 points, the building in which Archbishop Thomas A. Becket was killed in 1170.
Chapel.
No.
No. Madison Central?
Canterbury Cathedral?
Yes.
Yes. And we go back to a toss-up. For 10 points, which word precedes all of the following phrases? Of work, of ate, of cake, and in translation, of resistance.
Wayne County, Kevin.
Peace.
Yes.
Yes. And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following people in the book of, I skipped. I need to be on 7, right?
Yes.
Sorry. Answer each of the following concerning chemistry. For 5 points, name the products of the reaction between magnesium, metal, and dilute hydrochloric acid.
Tin.
No. Madison Central.
Hydrogen gas and magnesium chloride?
Yes.
Yes. And we go back to a toss-up question. For 10 points, identify the president whose administration, believing in the domino theory and concerned that if Nicaragua remained communist, the rest of Central America would follow, and was accused of illegally aiding the Contra rebels.
Wayne County, Kevin.
Reagan administration.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning D-Day. For 5 points, give the date of the famous D-Day, nicknamed the longest day, on which the Allies changed the momentum of World War II.
June 4th, 1944.
No.
Madison Central.
June 6, 1944.
Yes.
And we go back to a toss-up question for 10 points. On its 50th anniversary in 1993, which Rodgers and Hammerstein Broadway musical was honored with a U.S. postal stamp? It shares its name with a southwestern state.
Madison Central, Eli.
Oklahoma.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following people in the book of Genesis in the Bible. For 5 points, one who dreamed of a ladder that stretched to heaven.
This one. Jacob.
Yes.
For 10 points, one who lost his birthright over a bowl of soup.
Defer to Thomas.
Esau.
No, you have to give the answer.
What's it? Esau.
Yes.
For 15 points, one who bore a child at 90 years of age.
Sarah? Yeah. Sarah?
Yes.
And for 20 points, in Genesis 19:30, who went up out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountain, and his 2 daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar. This move took place after he had left Sodom with his wife and 2 daughters.
Lot?
Yes.
And we go back to a toss-up. And grab your pencils for this one maybe. It's 10 points. In 8 hours, how many degrees does the Earth rotate? And that concludes round 3. The answer would be 120 degrees. And we'll be back in a moment with the preliminary score. After 3 rounds of play, the score is Wayne County High 35, Madison Central High 305. We move into the 4th and final round, and we begin with a toss-up worth 5 points. The custom of a presidential reception on New Year's Day, initiated by George Washington in 1791, remained in effect until the administration of which president, who found it too difficult to stand in line because of his paralysis?
Wayne County, Jonah.
Eisenhower.
No. Madison Central, Thomas.
FDR.
Yes.
It's a math question for 10 points. If the base of a triangle is 14 feet and its height is 20 feet, what is its area?
Madison Central, Jack.
140.
Yes.
For 20 points, identify the Russian peninsula on the north shore of the Black Sea that was the setting for an 1854 to 1856 war.
Madison Central, Thomas.
Crimea.
Yes.
For 10 points, how many atoms of carbon are in 1 molecule of ethyl alcohol?
Madison Central, Soren.
2.
Yes.
For 20 points, in formulating his 3 laws of planetary motion, German astronomer
Madison Central, Soren.
Kepler.
No.
Yeah.
Johannes Kepler used data collected by which Danish astronomer? No answer from Wayne County. It's going to be Tycho Brahe. For 10 points, who was the second U.S. president to choose not to run for a 3rd term? Washington was the first.
Madison Central, Evan.
John Adams.
No. Wayne County, Jonah.
Jefferson.
Yes.
For 10 points, what 2-word term was used in 2001 to name the site of the World Trade Center?
Wayne County, Cameron.
Never forget.
No.
Disaster since damage there was akin to that at the epicenter of a nuclear detonation.
Madison Central, Soren.
Ground Zero.
Yes.
For 10 points, identify the actor married to Maria Shriver who served as the governor of California.
Madison Central, Evan.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
For 10 points, which word ending in sphere designates the layer of the atmosphere closest to the Earth?
Madison Central, Soren.
Troposphere.
Yes.
For 15 points, name the 25th U.S. President known as the Napoleon of Protection because of his strong support for a protective tariff.
Madison Central, Thomas.
Theodore Roosevelt.
No.
No answer from Wayne County. It's William McKinley for 20 points. Identify the 1948 Andrew Wyeth painting of a crippled girl looking from afar at a weathered barn and a seemingly deserted house on a hill.
Madison Central, Soren.
Charlotte's World.
No.
No answer from the other team. It's Christina's World. For 15 points, identify the nearest visible spiral galaxy beyond the Milky Way.
Madison Central, Thomas.
Andromeda.
Yes.
For 15 points, identify the gem named in the title of both Jan Vermeer's painting Girl with a Blank.
Madison Central, Soren.
Pearl.
Yes.
For 20 points, name the German composer who received $5,000 for the Centennial Inaugural March that was first played when the Centennial Exposition opened in Philadelphia on May 10, 1876. He is better known for his Ring Cycle.
Madison Central, Soren.
Wagner.
Yes.
For 10 points, what is the amplitude of a pendulum swinging through an angle of 90 degrees?
Madison Central, Jack.
1.
No. Wayne County, Jonah.
2.
No.
It's 45 degrees. For 10 points, identify the presidential contender called the dark horse candidate since his name did not appear until the 35th ballot and he didn't win the nomination until the 49th ballot. His wife, whose health was poor and who disliked Washington, collapsed in 1852 when she heard of his election.
Madison Central, Soren.
Adams.
No. Wayne County, Camden.
Roosevelt.
No.
It's going to be Franklin Pierce. For 10 points, which two sites on the Earth's surface are located at 90 degrees latitude? That concludes the match. I'm not going to leave you hanging. North and South Pole would be the answer. That was the final round. We'll be back in a moment with a final score. At the end of 4 rounds of play, the final score is Wayne County High School 45, Madison Central High School 430. Madison Central High School will advance to the semifinal round.